All right, let's get to work here. There are a number of reasons for which what the fluff? Let's try that again. It is important to consider that I am informing you of what the fluff? No. How about this? This video will help you write concisely by avoiding slow sentence lead-ins. All right, let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about cutting the fluff through one simple trick, avoiding the slow lead-in. Let's get to work. Okay, so to give us an introduction on this idea of cutting the fluff, which most of us want to do, I actually made this video as a follow-up because I noticed that my concise writing strategies video was super popular. So I want to bring you all more ways to cut the fluff. And in today's episode, we're going to look at the beginnings of sentences specifically. Okay, so let's start with an example of a sentence that's a little on the fluffy side. And by that, I mean a little wordy and not full of words that mean a lot, right? Fluff words are words that exist without contributing to meaning, making you wonder, why are they there? All right, see how many fluff words you hear in this sentence. This is to inform you that we are waiting on one more piece of documentation in order to complete your file. If I wrote that and I wanted to go back and edit, I want to edit in a meaning-forward manner. I want to protect the meaning, bring it to the surface by taking out all the fluffy words that don't mean a whole lot. And you can usually recognize those words when you see a long string of small words in a row, right? We've got this is to, you that we are, on one more piece of. We have a lot of that going on here. So how would we tackle this? Well, the first thing I would do is say, this is to inform you that. Is this really saying something? I feel like if I received something and it says, this is to inform you that, I kind of already know because I already received it. We don't have to say that, right? And that is a great example of a slow lead-in that postpones meaning for your reader. Now the reader has to wait through, this is to inform you that, 5 words before they start to get any content whatsoever. So that's what we're focusing on today. But before we get there, let me kind of finish how we might think about this sentence. Couple other issues where we notice fluff. We are waiting on. Is there a verb that would be 1 word, not 3? Piece of documentation. Couldn't we just say a document or even what the name of it is? And in order to kind of means the same thing as to, right? So I would maybe revise that to say, we need 1 more document, or what the name, we need form 5 to complete your file. Okay, so this sentence really got a bad start with that slow lead-in, and then the fluff just continued. So what we want to do is avoid the slow start, which creates a tone of fluff from the get-go. So let's look at some of the most common slow lead-ins that many of us use, just as a reminder to get them out of there. Okay, the it is lead-in. It is important to note that. It is important to consider. It is noteworthy that. All I'm saying right now is I'm about to tell you something important, but I haven't told you that important thing yet, and don't you wish I had? We don't have to say it's important. We just have to show it and just say the real meaning, right? Just delete that part and get to it, and we'll do that together in a moment. The there are or there is lead-in. There are a few updates. There are 3 reasons I support this. There is a new policy I'll be telling you about. There is, what does it mean anyway? Nothing. It means nothing when it's on its own like that. So there's no reason to use that slow lead-in. Or we're not writing in a meaning-forward way, right? And lastly, the this is or I am lead-in. This is to inform you that. I am writing to inform you that. This is in reference to. I am writing this in reference to. Those are preambles, right? That's a collection of 5 to 8 words that's just sitting there, putting off the actual thing you wanted to say. So what can we do instead to avoid slow lead-ins and lead with content and meaning? All right, look at a sentence, figure out who's doing stuff, put them in the front, and then count how many fluff words you saved. So maybe we were talking about there are a few updates, or there are reasons, there is a policy, or it is important to do this thing. Who's going to do it? Who's going to get the updates, etc.? Put them in the front. We should consider these new updates. Make sure you note the new policy. These updates, blah, blah, blah. Management updated this. We don't have to say it is important to note that management updated it, just management updated it, right? And that's what I often call front-loading meaning. And to front-load meaning, we avoid slow lead-ins and we put who's doing things right away in the front. You may have caught this tip in a couple of the other concise writing videos, that idea of leading with who and what. And that will prevent you from having a slow lead-in because we can see in action here how many words we save by starting with who's doing something instead of by starting with a slow lead-in. It was reported by, I don't even know what's happening. Who are we talking about? It was reported by the state of California. Oh, now I know who's doing things. That workplace accidents have reduced. If we say who's doing something in the beginning, the state of California reported a reduction in workplace accidents. We've saved 3 words. And even better, for busy readers, it was word 2 where they started finding out who was doing something. The state. In the first example, it was, we know nothing. Similarly, it is important to note the many options clients have for improving safety. Who is this even about? The clients. Let's put them in the front. Look at how many words I saved there. Okay, so this is all you've got to do to start your sentences on a concise tone right away. Avoid those slow lead-ins. We picked them up in school. There are 3 reasons I support addressing climate change. It is important to note that this research conveys, right? We don't want to speak like that or write like that at work because that slows things down for the reader. So keep it in mind, avoid those slow lead-ins. Watch your sentences get more powerful, all right? Please subscribe to the channel if you like what you're learning. I'm bringing out more concision strategies week by week and more information on writing with emotional intelligence as well. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day.